The average wedding dress is worn for about 6 hours, costs thousands of dollars, and then sits in a closet for decades. But what if that dress could actually pay for your honeymoon? Or what if your dream designer gown didn't require a payment plan? In this episode, we are stripping away the high pressure sales tactics and nightmare of sketchy online meetups. We're exploring a smarter, safer way to say I do right here in the Springs. Hi,
Yes.
I'm Sandy Zuniga, the founder of Colorado Springs Town Tidings. Be in the know on the go for all things Colorado Springs, delivered right to your inbox. I am joined today by Sage Brunk, the owner of Forget Me Not Bridal Boutique. Sage has created a brilliant solution for the budget savvy bride, a consignment boutique that offers in home try ons and a curated collection of pre loved gowns. She's helping women find affordable luxury without the stress. So I'm welcoming Sage. Hi, Sage.
Hi, hello.
It's great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So, give us a little backstory. Where are you from? Are you from Colorado Springs or did you come here away somewhere else?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of like a converted native. I have been here since I was a really little kid. And
Oh, wow.
so all my important memories are here. I consider myself a Colorado Springs native.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
And where did life take you? Basically, from you came here and
Right. So, I guess a little bit about me is that I have been in the service industry for going on 15 years now. And I just got married last year. And as I was kind
congratulations.
of going through this bridal era myself, I started recognizing that there was a lot of women who were looking for dresses. And then there was a lot of women that were trying to sell dresses. And so I was like about to make a post on Facebook on a bridal page, like, why is there not a middleman for this situation? And then I stopped and I was like, wait, maybe that could be me. Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm the middleman. And
Right.
so at that point, I was just like, I'm gonna try and take my hand at this. I love serving others. I have a servant's heart. And I just want to make women feel beautiful. And, in my own personal life, I have been blessed with a wonderful tribe of women throughout my life. And so women are my favorite relationships. They're my favorite people, is women. I love them. And so I just want to be around women all the time. And so what better time than when we are looking for the most important dress of our lives, right? And something that you think about day and night. I know I was going through my bridal era and I thought about my dress constantly. And so, but unfortunately, I did not have such a great experience when I was dress shopping. And so I kind of like live with this. I wish I had done it different, and I wish I had tried on more stuff. I wish I didn't settle so quickly. And so, I want to eliminate that aspect for women, especially because I mean, like the reality was is that when I went dress shopping, I spent 2 times as much as I wanted to spend.
Right.
Um, Even though I told the lady my budget, they put me in a dress that was twice as expensive, and the sales tactics were a little not favorable. And
Right.
so I just realized that I want to do it different, and I want to kind of be true to staying within budget for brides who are, kind of wanting to stay straight on the arrow about what their expenses are supposed to be. Because I mean, when you are building your wedding, you end up there's so many little costs that
Right.
just kind of take over.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, like you're $2,000 over your budget and you're like, oh my goodness, how could I have done that a little bit different? Well, the thing is that you can buy your dress secondhand. You can buy it from another bride. That is kind of the real meat and potatoes of Forget Me Not is, it's just brides helping brides. You can shop stunning secondhand gowns and pass your pass another dress's story on, like there you are brought together through style and sustainability and shared stories. And I think that that's important. And so yeah, that's kind of the the journey of Forget Me Not.
Right. And a lot of times after the wedding, the dress gets preserved anyway. So it's probably one of the most pristine pieces of clothing that is out there and then to be used for another bride. So it's not like, okay, you got it off the rack or something like that. It's
Yeah, I
very
mean, so
good.
that I definitely do get a lot of dresses that have been preserved. And I mean, the reality is though, is that preservation is great for probably the first few years after. But the thing is that that dress will still absorb the environment. And I have personally found that there is um a lot of oxidization that occurs with dresses that are about 20 years old or more.
Really?
So, I mean, so you like unfortunately it's kind of a hit and miss. You can kind of think like, oh, this dress is going to be in pristine condition for 40 years, but it's not. So, like, what do you want to do with it?
Right. Well, that's a bummer because it's not cheap to preserve the dress, and
No.
they seal it in all these things, and you got to use the white gloves to even like pick it
Yeah.
up and everything. So
Yeah, so I mean,
that's
and
a
don't get me wrong.
misconception.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like it's a great service. But I do think that there really is a shelf life on it. So it really will only last for so long before the natural things just kind of take over. So
Right.
yeah, I've definitely unfortunately had to turn down a few dresses that were, a little too old and a little too oxidized. So
Oh, bummer.
yeah.
So I mean, you're absolutely right as far as like the expenses and everything on on weddings, and every single vendor, they're there and they've got the same sales tactic,
Hmm.
basically to upsell you to something because this is your once in a lifetime day and
Hmm.
you don't want to miss out. And so even though you have a budget, you still have that guilt kind of like, oh, if I don't do this and if I don't get the best of this or if I don't do that, then it won't be the perfect day. And depending on where you are in your life, whether you
Hmm.
think that that is correct or think that the other things during that day are really what matter. Not,
Yeah.
not the how many flowers you have, are they real, are they fake, are they, or
Yeah.
the cake, or did your cousin make the cake, or did you
Yeah,
get it
there's a
from a
lot of
bakery?
things, even from my own wedding. I really didn't even like the day passed by so fast. It
Right,
goes so fast. And then I think like within a few days later, I was like, wait, that didn't happen. Or that piece was missing. Where did that go? And
right,
so anyway, I think trying to just stay within a reasonable price range, I think is important because before you know it, you're going into debt for something that is an important day. But the reality is that that day only is really anywhere between 8 and 10 hours. And so you want to kind of be aware of what you're spending and how you're spending it.
right,
And I do think that there are a lot of other things on your wedding day that are important and need to and probably are like a venue. A venue is much more expensive, and that's kind of one of those things that you can't negotiate on that. Like,
Right.
I mean, maybe you could, but you know what I mean? Like there's like a hard line where they're like, you just pay this. Whereas a dress, you can kind of mess with it a little bit, and depending on what kind of style you're interested in. Like for example, this dress behind me,
Uh-huh.
this dress is actually $1,000, and it was preserved. It is in pristine condition, but this dress, this sweet lady, I think she's paid $3,200 for this dress.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, the reality is that you only spend about 6 hours in your dress. I mean, maybe
Right.
seven, like photos
Right.
and stuff.
Right.
And so, you kind of want to just think about those things and think about what's important to you. If that's important to you, then that's okay too, you know?
Right, exactly. Whatever is going to be, I mean, it's true. It is your special day and your partner's.
Hmm.
So, depending on how active they are or not in there, and you want to feel the most beautiful you can on that particular day.
Hmm.
And hopefully, it is the only one you have, although in our society there are many, but
Yeah.
you don't ever go into it thinking that. So,
Yep.
you have that. And it's funny you say venue. Here in Colorado, and I've been here about 20 years. So, or 21 years, and I've come from the East Coast. And then when I got here, and then weddings there's some weddings I've never even heard of where it was like in a community park and the
Yeah.
guests brought potluck. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
is this? So there's the gamut in our area from really fancy to
Yep.
down home.
Yeah. And I am aiming to serve all the brides in that range. I've got some dresses that are $80. I've got dresses that are 1,000, and really I really like to stay for $1,000 or less, like $1,000 or less. And I even have a lot of new dresses, to be honest with you. Of course I do like kind of market myself as a resale and consignment, which is great. Um, but a lot of my dresses are new. A lot of them are new with tags. So there is still a lot of space to kind of still have like that. You're the first one to wear this dress down the aisle. Like it's no one's worn this dress but you. There's still a lot of availability within that,
So
kind of mindset also.
where do you get the new ones from then?
So I mean, it's still consignment.
Okay.
It's still, sometimes there's a lot of different stories. And that's
Yes.
actually like another really cool piece of this for me is that I can look at a dress and I know the story behind it. I know I've spoken with the lady. I kind of know, maybe a little bit about her. And, we spend time talking. And so it's kind of cool because, like, when I say that brides come together through shared stories, like, for me, especially, like, that's true. I get to know both ladies,
Right.
and so it's a really cool perspective. And I feel blessed to kind of have that opportunity to just kind of be a little tiny bit in someone's life, you know?
Right. You're the conduit because you don't
Hmm.
get to know the person who owned the dress, but through you, through their story, through you, then they get to know it.
Hmm. Yep.
So
And oh, go ahead.
I love the phrase passing on a legacy of love. When a woman consigns her dress to you, she isn't just clearing out her closet, she's really helping another woman start her own journey. And
Hmm.
what I'm wondering is, do you have a favorite story of a dress finding its perfect second home?
Okay, so I don't know. I love all love stories, and so it's kind of hard to choose.
Any
I
that
did have
stood
one.
out?
I did have a lady not that long ago buy a dress from me who it was actually like a renewal of vows. So she actually, and that was also one of those dresses that I had new with tags, like from another lady. And she was renewing her vows to her husband that she had been with for like 20 years. But they never had a real wedding.
Oh,
And so it was cool because like all of their children were there, and they did their ceremony in this like beautiful castle. I think the castle was here in town, I feel like, because she invited me to the photo shoot for it, but I wasn't able to go that day. But anyway, so like I thought that was actually a really cool story and it was like a really sweet, just a sweet love story. So it was cool to like see that. And then I do have, actually yesterday I had a fitting with a lady and she pulled out a dress to try on that it was a little bit more of a vintage dress. This dress, was, I believe, like 35 years old on it is in pristine condition. And so when this lady consigned her dress to me, she, made a little joke that was like, you can tell them that it comes with good luck, because they had been married for so long. And so I was like, oh, that's really sweet too. I love that. And plus, like the lace is like perfect. I was like, you took great care of this dress.
right,
Yeah.
right. Well, when shopping for a dress, it definitely can be intimidating, as you said, even with your own.
Hmm.
You had a budget, you had your style and all that stuff, and then you still got sold to a higher one. And so it's intimidating, especially if you don't fit the sample size,
Yes.
basically. So, how
Yeah.
does your try on at home service change that vibe when a bride can sip wine on her own couch and with her mom maybe or bestie, and
Yeah.
instead of standing on a pedestal in a crowded shop? How is that different?
Yeah. So the appointment that I had yesterday was just it was so fun. And the gals they said a few different times they're like, this is great because I do run my store out of my home, right? So it's in my home and food cooking and it smelled great and they were like, this is exactly what we were looking for. They were like, we just love how low key this is. Like, we love that we're sitting on your couch. And like, so it's my home, and so I get to invite people into my space and, they get to know me on a personal level. Like, I mean, there's many great stores in Colorado, many great stores, a lot of great stylists. But you kind of only know them at the door. You know them in that room, in that setting only, whereas my place is different. You get to know me. You get to see pictures of my children and my own wedding photos. And, you just get to experience someone's life. And I think that there is an intimacy with that that is valuable. So I guess that's what I think.
So basically, you don't go to others' homes for fittings, you bring them to yours.
Yeah, I mean, I can bring them. I can come to them. Like, don't get me wrong. I am more than willing to do like a mobile thing and like go to someone's house. But for the most part, I do primarily only really schedule stuff inside my own house. It's just this is where the dresses are. It just
Right.
kind of makes more sense. So, I mean, I'm willing to transport if people want to. Um, and I do market that way too. That is absolutely an option.
So what do you do with your kids when there's women trying on dresses there?
I kick everybody out.
Go tell them
Um,
to get ice cream or something. But
yeah, well,
because
so I mean, yes.
that
So
could be a
yesterday
long
though,
process.
yeah, so yesterday I did have my mom was here and my baby was here, but my mom and my baby just kind of went upstairs. And then my mom did kind of come down every once in a while and check on the food and make sure it wasn't burning. And then, my husband, it's just kind of like, well, you got to stay late at work. Like, you can't come home yet. So,
That's
I mean,
funny.
it's, I, it's intimacy. It's my life, and I want to share my life with people. I want them to share their life with me. So,
Right. So then when you have a dress that is going to be consigned, how do people find you and let you know, and do they drop it off or do you come pick it up?
yep, no, so I mean, kind of a little bit of both. So I have met many women all around our city, and like in Castle Rock, I tend to meet a lot of women in Castle Rock because they're coming to me from Denver or something like that. I have met I've met people all over the place, and I've even had people overnight ship to me. Um, so that's convenient. But yeah, no, I actually at forgetmenotbridal.com is an option to send an email like with a form and kind of give me some details about consigning your dress. But a lot of people actually find me on Facebook. I think Facebook is a great tool, and I market myself a lot in the different like bridal pages. Um, and that kind of generates conversation. And when a lot of people find me on Facebook. So but it's pretty simple. I mean, I just ask you some questions, like how old is your dress, what's the current condition, is there any alterations, is it cleaned, what size is it, what price did you originally pay, and that kind of funnels down like a fair price for me to offer to list things for. Now, definitely it's kind of up for negotiation. Like obviously, I want to price things to sell. I mean, in our economy, uh, you just kind of want to price things to sell, right? You don't want to price things and hope that you get like this amount, but then you're waiting on it. You're sitting on it for so
Right.
long. So, I'm kind of under the posture that you want to price it to sell it and like let's get off of it and let's make some money. So, that's kind of how that works for me. I do like my business model a lot because you are, in fact, supporting two local families whenever you make a purchase with me. You support that first bride, you help support me and my dreams and your dreams and her dreams, and everybody wins in this scenario. So that's kind of um the angle that I like to, you know, the
Yeah.
lens that we're looking at it through.
Yeah, exactly. And so what is the consignment split in general? Is there a
Yeah,
general one?
absolutely. Yep. So they take 60% and then I take 40. And so and I think that's a pretty fair split.
Absolutely.
There are other stores that do a 60-40 split also, but the bride is only getting 40% and the store is getting 60. So because I don't have as much overhead,
Yeah.
I can kind of, I gladly try to give her as much of her money back as possible. So,
Yeah, that's definitely generous for sure. And so what kind of dresses do you take? Do you only take like designer brands or
no.
what?
No, yeah. So I kind of take a wide variety. I mean, I am blessed with having some really great name brands, people love a brand. But there's a lot of really great, like kind of no-name dresses. I have a lot of dresses that kind of don't even have like a tag on them, and but they're gorgeous gowns. You can tell that they have some craftsmanship to them. And so I have a wide variety, but I am kind of I do want to stay within like a frame of like relevant style, like I'm not trying to, maybe it depends on the dress. I guess everything is depends.
Well, of
Yeah.
course, because I mean, we're here in this time and the style is a certain way.
Mhm.
However, you're getting dresses from anywhere between a year, I'm assuming, to could be 40 years or
Yeah.
whatever. So, and the styles change throughout the years.
They do. And you know what's really cool though is that there has been quite an increase in upcycling. And so a lot of seamstresses have reached out to me and they are basically kind of letting me know that if a bride wants to purchase an older dress and then they can
Alter
tailor
it.
it and upgrade it.
Yeah,
And so that's kind of a cool thing that is an option, and I think it's gonna really get more popular, I think,
right,
as kind of time goes on, because just I think thrifting in general, people love a good thrift. And
right.
so I am the thrift store of brides, I guess.
Absolutely. And then the more you advertise also with, hey, it's consignment and these are dresses, but you can also go ahead and make them your own, then it's going to
Mhm.
be out there more too. Because sometimes people don't even think of that.
Right. And then also there is another so I have a couple different things I would like to highlight if that's okay.
Please, absolutely.
Um,
Go ahead.
so I am actually also a co-host for this event called the Happily Ever After Sale. And the Happily Ever After Sale is basically like a wedding garage sale, but not in a garage. So we have an event space. We have our next event on the books for April 18th. And basically, brides can come and sell their items. I mean, you have some people buy like 20 table runners and 50 vases and 30, 100 candles or something, and it's just like, what do you do with all that stuff afterwards? Well, bring it to the happily ever after sale and try to sell it to another bride who needs 20 table runners and 30,000 candles. Like,
Right.
So let's just try to keep this cycle going. I am really trying to create an environment of sustainability. I just think that I'm kind of an eco girl, and I think that there is a lot of waste um, on our planet. And I think that part of that, for me, with the dresses anyway, there is a lot of textile waste, and the textile industry is very harmful to our planet. And, the idea of putting out so much waste for something that you wear for 6 hours, I'm just like, we can do better. We can be better. We can help our planet and just let's just reuse some stuff. And
Right.
so that's kind of that. And then also there is a fashion show that I am a part of, and I am blessed to be one of 6 designers in this fashion show. That is happening at the Antlers Hotel on February 28th, and it is called the Celebrate Her Fashion Show. It is for women by women.
Yep.
Many great products are going to be coming across this runway show there. And so that is another thing that I'm a part of, just, here in the near future that is pretty exciting.
Is that the one from Jean is hosting
Yep.
from Everyday Girl Adventures?
Yeah.
So I've spotlighted her as well. And so last year I knew it was coming up and then I knew it was coming here. I thought it was in January, so I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah, no, it's February
February.
28th. Model casting calls, though, are this weekend, January 11th. So
There
if
you
anyone
go.
wants to model.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
What else? You got another thing?
Nope, that's it. That's it for
Okay,
now. That's it for
those
now.
two.
Yeah.
I got it. All good. So now many women in my audience are entering a beautiful new chapter, perhaps maybe a second marriage or a vow renewal later in life. So, do you
Yes.
find, I know you gave us an example before, but do you find that the consignment experience appeals to the mature bride who knows exactly who she is and what she
Yes.
wants, elegance without the princess fuss?
Yes, I think so. And I actually have like an incredible collection of kind of dresses that are almost tailored to like elopements or second marriages. There is, the modest bride. I have some great dresses kind of like in that like category. Um, and so yes, I personally think that that is probably something that does appeal to a more mature bride, you know. Yeah, I think that this is a great option for them because I mean otherwise yeah, like I think that a lot of the big stores, again, nothing wrong with them, but I do
Right.
think that they kind of do tailor their demographic towards like the younger bride in her 20s. So, I mean, and that's great. It's fun. It's fantastic. But, you know, for an older lady, more mature woman, she's probably not looking for all that fuss. And so, I do think that I provide a more low key, not fussy environment.
Right. And some of those fashions, my goodness, I mean, I'm older, up there in my years, but some of those fashions I am kind of appalled by. Um, I would never wear them, but some of
Right.
them are way too revealing, and I'm like, this is your wedding day. This isn't your honeymoon night.
Right.
There's a difference.
Yeah, there is. There is. For sure. I agree.
So going into the stores and seeing that kind of stuff, I'd be like, okay, never mind. So I'm curious
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
know.
I mean, and I mean, there's just there are a lot of ladies, you know, they if they have a body,
True.
they're like, well, I might as well show this off while I have it.
Hey, more power to
More
them.
power to you, yeah.
I would not be one of them, but more power to them.
Right, right.
So I am really curious about at this
Uh-huh.
time about how many dresses do you have in your home?
So I have 97 dresses.
Holy cow.
So I have
Where are you
97
keeping them?
dresses. And so I so I have like okay, and so this is kind of, you know, I'm in a fork in my life right now. So
Okay.
I keep them right now in a sunroom that I have.
Oh wow.
But it's actually not in the sun. It's
Right.
like a sunroom, but there's actually no sun in it. Um But I'm actually closing on my new home. I'm a first time home buyer,
Oh
and
nice.
we are closing on our home here in just a couple weeks. And so I'm going to be moving. And whenever I move, I will be putting these dresses in storage to keep them safe and not uh, exposed to any elements or anything. So they'll still be kept safe. But I won't have any room for all of them to like actually live with me anymore. So
Okay.
I'm kind of sad. But you know, I'll still be transporting them and you know, having them available for all of my appointments because, you know, I kind of have like a few questions that I ask my potential brides in my appointments. So I ask them a few questions, get some information, and then I will bring gowns that are in their, you know, in their eyesight
Right.
for their appointment.
Right. Well, congratulations on the new home.
Thank you. We are very excited. Never thought this day would happen.
I know. So what area is that going to be in that people are
So
going to
my
be
new
coming
home
in?
is going to be on Fillmore and Centennial.
Okay. Great. So if you
Yes.
happen to get a really nice storage unit that's climate controlled and stuff, you might want to just stick a couch in there and have it right there.
Right. Yeah. Right. No kidding. No kidding.
You
You
never
are not
know.
wrong. I mean, I mean, that would probably be a really sketchy experience though. Brides would get to the parking lot like, this is you store it. Like,
Yeah, well, you just never know what opportunities are out there.
right.
So how do you do, I'm assuming you've got sizes from zero probably to
I
all
have
sizes.
sizes probably about 0 to like 28 right now.
Okay.
So I don't have much more past 28. That is definitely kind of the largest that I have. Um but there are a lot of great options in that size range. So,
Right.
yep.
I did I did find, I don't know why, but it always seemed like bridal dresses, the sizes that they said were actually ran small.
Oh yeah. They
Is that me imagining, or
Oh no,
is
that's not you. And I don't know who came up with that, but that does not make us feel better.
no, not
Like
at
I
all.
don't
I
know
mean,
who did that. But yeah, no, they usually do run like two sizes smaller than what your like
okay,
street size is. So like um yeah, sometimes it is really hard to gauge. It's really hard to gauge a little bit when it comes to that. So usually whenever I like my plan, for when I have to kind of transport and move dresses a little bit more than I do now, I'll be bringing a range probably within like four sizes to kind of account for that.
right. And like you said, well, between the sizes running small and the lighting, I don't know how anybody picks out a dress in
Yeah.
general.
I mean, I do have plans to kind of grow, I'm not entirely sure what that looks like yet, though.
Right,
Like there was a whole part of me that like thought I maybe wanted to get like a like a transit van and kind of almost convert that into like a mobile dressing room and take dresses and actually go to people and just only set appointments like at their home. Um, I'm not too sure if I want to do that anymore. I'm still trying to figure out what my path will be because I don't know if I necessarily want to get like a location, a brick and mortar either,
right,
because I want to keep it, I think my true, you know, desire is to kind of help everyone get what they want. And when I don't have that overhead and that rent to pay, that allows me to provide a better service.
right,
And so I think that, hopefully that is a value that people see.
right. And who knows, with your new house, I know that there are different laws coming to fruition and some that aren't, but maybe you can build on or have like an additional dwelling that's right off of it, and that
Right.
becomes your shop right there at your house. And you could get a she shed and then
Yeah.
go ahead and do that. It'd be
I definitely thought that. I mean, and then the this is gonna sound terrible. But my daughter is she's 13. And so, the hope is that, she moves out when she turns 18 and then that will free up a room.
there you go.
That will free up a lot of space.
There you go.
So yeah. So I
That's
mean maybe we'll see.
Yeah, you just never know. What I like about the future is we just don't know what's going to happen. And so if
Right.
we're along for the ride, then that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've got a very unique business, and it's a tough one because, as you were saying before, you need these dresses and want them to turn over as quickly as possible. However, you've got
Mhm.
90 something sizes, different sizes and different styles. And then you have a
Mhm.
client that needs a dress that doesn't like at least three-quarters of the style. And
Yeah.
so unless you have a lot of clients coming in, who knows? But that, I mean, it's difficult because you've got too many moving parts, I think, but you're making it work. I mean, it's so unique.
Yeah. I mean,
It's awesome.
and the good news is that I am having new conversations every day. Every day I am speaking with a new person. I'm speaking with a new person about consigning their dress. So like I'm getting two more dresses tomorrow. Like so then I'll be at 99.
Right.
And so, and that's usually what my week looks like. My week is usually me getting anywhere between 1 and 3 dresses a week at this point, and setting up new appointments for um, fittings. And so I've only been like in business since May. And so
May
I
of
think that
2025.
yeah. So I haven't even been doing this for a full year yet. But I see a lot of potential. I see all the potential
Oh,
within
yeah.
myself because I know what kind of person I am. I know my drive, and I know that this can work. And I know that this has benefits to, like, just not myself, like it has benefits to other ladies and other families.
Okay.
And like I had a lady the other day, her dress sold, and I messaged her and I was like, "Hey, your dress sold." And she was like, "Oh my gosh, that was such a blessing." She was like, "I needed that money." And so, it was kind of I feel like other people's prayers can be answered through me just doing my business
Right.
because they get that kind of that little bit of unexpected lump sum of cash and they're like, wow, that came in handy.
Right. Especially when it's something that they're never going to use again, most
Yeah.
likely, or
Hmm.
don't have anybody to hand it down, or the person that they would is not interested.
Yep,
So you
exactly.
have somebody who is.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, I think that I have a great feeling that this next year is going to have a lot of growth. I'm going to elevate not only myself in my own personal life and my growth journey, but I have this vision that's not entirely clear yet, but I have a
Okay.
vision for where I think I can take this. So,
Yeah. Well, you've already proven the concept. You have 97 dresses in your house and you're getting new clients every day.
yeah.
So I think you've proven the concept. Now it's just to amplify it.
Right, just to amplify it, just kind of getting that brand awareness that I am here. I am here.
Right. And this
Um,
is something new.
yeah. And so I mean, and to that, I mean, yes, I do have 97 dresses right now, right? I think I saw the other day that the store in the state that has the most dresses has like 500 dresses. And
Wow.
so, I mean, at this rate,
You're
I'm on par to maybe be close to 300 by the end of 2026. And then that will make me a really large supplier in the state. So, I mean,
absolutely
I just feel like I have a lot of there's a lot of work to be done and I'm ready
right.
to do it.
Right. I love that. So Sage, running a small business is definitely a labor of love. I know that, you know that. When you're steaming a dress late at night or maybe driving to a pickup,
Yeah.
what is one thing that keeps you going? What is basically the heart behind Forget Me Not?
Um, so I think the the heart behind Forget Me Not is that I want to I feel like I might cry. I
That's
think
okay.
that my own personal story is that I have not had it easy, and I have actually lived and had some really tough experiences, and I think the odds have been against me for
Okay.
a very long time, and I think that this could be something that maybe takes me to just a place of how do I want to say this? I just for me personally, I think that it could take me to a place of fulfillment. Like just like yes, I want to provide a service to other people, but on a personal level, I feel like this can be successful. I feel like I'm the right person for it. I feel like I have the drive for it. I have the personality for it. I have the care and love behind it. And I think that um, well, maybe not you, but like you, like the broader audience, uh, I think that there's value in it that can be seen. And
Right.
so, and it just kind of allows me to just grow as a person. I'll be honest, I am 35 years old and I've been in the service industry for so long. I don't want to, there's nothing wrong with it, but I know that there is a better career path for me. I just never knew what it was. I always kind of questioned, like, what is my purpose? What am I doing with my life? And
You're
I
not alone.
like what am I going to be when I'm an adult?
Right.
Like, and so I feel like this is something I enjoy. And I think that whenever you are doing something, I think it's true. Like now that I'm kind of doing this, you never work a day in your life if you're doing something you love.
Right.
And so I think whenever, you mentioned the labor of love, I don't really like it is a lot of work. I don't want to undermine it,
Of
but
course.
I don't ever really feel like I'm wasting my time. I don't feel like I could be doing something better. Like I actually feel very content and fulfilled when I'm working on my dream.
Right. So what kind of service businesses have you worked for?
I've worked for a lot of restaurants.
Okay.
I've worked for a lot of restaurants. I actually work for a wedding venue now.
Okay.
Um, I have worked in a lot of bars and like customer service, phones, things like that.
Okay.
Um, Cleaning. I've done a lot of, kind of entry level jobs. And so that is, I think, the beauty of this one too, is that it is something that I feel confident in myself in doing, you know? I
Yeah.
think that's important.
And that is definitely a blessing because there are many people out there that, as you say, go along and what's my purpose? And
Mhm.
through the struggles and tribulations of life, you question that. And so when someone as beautiful as you, inside and out, can find that and have it actually come to life, that is a rare moment and a rare trajectory of your life. And it's just beautiful. And I'm so grateful that you're sharing it with us.
Oh, thank you so much, Sandy. I really appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you wanted to say or explain or anything that we haven't gotten to?
No, I mean, I guess like yeah, no, I don't think so. I think we've covered, the basics, what my kind of business model looks like, what my appointments look like, the happily ever after sale, and
Right.
and otherwise, yeah, no, I mean that's basically it.
Okay. So now the other thing I'm curious about, you must be one heck of an organizer.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I do have a system. You have to have a system. The system is
Yes.
important. So I do all like digital contracts. So I have a like a what are they called? Oh my gosh, my mind is blanking right
It's
now.
okay.
But like a customer like organization software that I
Okay.
use.
Yep.
And through that I have my consignment contracts that I send through there. And I do offer payment plans. I do. And that's, I think, another, actually, I do want to say that is that I do offer payment plans for brides that are, kind of maybe a little bit more on a budget. Maybe they want the $1,000 dress, but they only have $200. So that's something that I do. I have a payment plan. That is also like a contract thing that I have. But yeah, no, so I have a software program that I use for that. I then have like consignment codes for different consigners. I kind of just use like their first and last initial and then like the date that I got the dress from them. And that's kind of like their consigner code. And then obviously all of the dresses are kind of organized by size. So
So how do you know from your digital software, how do you know which dress, or do you take a picture and put it in there, or do you pin
No,
something on the dress?
so I have tags. So and
Okay.
on these tags I have their consignor code written. The price, the size, and what dress number it is. So everything does have a dress number. That's how I know I have 97 dresses because I've made 97 tags. So and so like under their profile, it has their consignor code, what dress number it is, and like the the price, so it's just easily visible to me on there and also on the tags. So, yep, and that's kind of how and then yeah, that's basically
Okay,
it.
great. Well, again, that's another skill you have at being very organized. And I could tell with all of those dresses and taking them out and people trying them on and all that stuff. Obviously, you have to have a system.
Yes, exactly.
Now you're going to
Exactly.
have to reimagine your system when you get into your new home.
Yeah, well, I mean, the system will stay the same. The system will stay the same. It will just be a little different. Same, but different.
That sounds like life
Yeah, right?
every
Exactly.
day. It's safe but different.
Yes. Well, all right. Well then, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Sage, so much for sharing your heart with us today. It's stories like yours about reimagining traditions and passing on a legacy of love that remind me exactly why I do this. I truly believe that every local business has a story worth telling, and yours is a beautiful reminder that there is a perfect dress and a perfect second chapter for everyone. So, if you're listening and you're looking for that
Yes,
dream
perfectly
dress,
said.
thank you. If you're looking for that dream dress, or want to give your own gown a second life, you can find Sage and her incredible collection at forgetmenotbridal.com. And for more
Mhm.
stories that celebrate the heartbeat of our community, make sure that you subscribe to Colorado Springs Town Tidings at cos.towntidings.com. I'm Sandy Zuniga, celebrating our city one business at a time. I'll see you back here next week, and thank you, Sage.
Thank you. Bye.